everybody. Good afternoon. How we doing today? Good? Okay. My name is Jim Riley. I'm former vice mayor and councilman and the current ombudsman to this wonderful city of Independence. I'd like to start off, please join in welcoming Finance Director Vern Blaze and the members of the Finance Department, and actually all our departments that are gathered here today. Welcome, everyone. Also, welcome city council members that are here that will be serving you, distinguished business executives, some of our school officials, our faith leaders, and let's give all of them a hand for being here today. And all of you residents that are here, this is why the mayor is here, to serve you, and we are all here to serve you as residents. So thank all of you for coming out. Now it's my honor to introduce the longest serving mayor of this wonderful city of Independence, Gregory P. Kurtz.
Jimmy. Thank you, Jimmy. I want to welcome and thank everybody for being here today, especially my family. You're part of my family now, I guess. My wife, Lynn. My mom, Dolores. Where are you, Dolores? Oh, right back there. Tried to hide on me, didn't you? I won't tell your age. I'll just say thanks for coming. My children, we have Ashley, Tiffany, my son Greg, and his girlfriend, Andrea Rodriguez. How'd I do? Good. They're visiting from Florida. Thank you for your love and support over the years. I couldn't be here without you. I'm so truly blessed. I also want to thank the hardworking city employees who were able to join us today. Let us begin with a prayer. It's an honor to bring up Reverend Michelle Thompson for the prayer this morning. Reverend Thompson.
Thank you. Before I pray, I just want to say this, and you guys know this. I'm so grateful for the mayor and the leadership that we would even allow prayer to be in an event like this. So isn't that awesome? I mean, there's so many great things to say about the leadership, but that's a really big deal. So let's bow our heads as we pray this morning. Oh God, we come before you today with hearts full of gratitude. We thank you for being a God of love. You never leave us or forsake us. Lord, we thank you for creating each of us in this room, every person we meet, and every citizen of this city in your image, bestowing upon us dignity and infinite worth. We are grateful for the calling you have given us to be good stewards of your creation, to love our neighbors as ourselves. I thank you, God, for these servants, our mayor, the city staff, and the city council members. I give thanks for their commitment to serve on behalf of all of us here in Independence. In your word, you make it clear your expectations for those in authority. In Psalm 72, we hear the prayer for the king that says, "Endow the king with your justice, O God. May he judge your people in righteousness, your afflicted ones with justice. May he defend the afflicted among the people and save the children of the needy. For the king will deliver the needy who cry out, the afflicted who have no one to help. He will take pity on the weak and save the needy from death. He will rescue them from oppression and violence." We pray today that you would be glorified through the decisions made by our leaders. May we have the insight to see how our lives are interconnected and how our common good is upheld when we listen and respond to those most vulnerable. Grant us wisdom and strength and courage to do what is right and good for all the citizens. Help us put the interests of others above our own. May we act with love for the good, the common good, recognizing your image in every person here. We thank you again today for this council, our mayor, city staff, police, and first responders, all those who work to make this city a wonderful place. We ask you bless this food and all the hands that prepared it in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Thank you, Michelle. Thank you very much. Today's lunch will be served by City Council and members of the administration, those dedicated members of my administration who go above and beyond every day. to solve issues, plan the future, and to deliver outstanding services. We'll be back after lunch. Lunch is being served. Are we ready? Okay, let's go. Well, let me ask everybody, how was the lunch? And how about a round of applause to the administration and council members for serving your lunch? Delivering the State of the City address is an opportunity for me and members of my team to outline what the city has accomplished, what's next, and what's the vision for the future. We all know that change is inevitable. Most of our businesses will tell you what they have evolved over the last few years to keep pace with new challenges and take advantage of new opportunities. It's no different for the city and our residents. If the city does not keep moving forward, it will stagnate and fall behind. The city must plan with purpose to continue to grow and maintain our high quality of life that Independence is known for, residents deserve, and future generations will inherit. Since I returned to office in 2020, one of the changes I am very proud of is the fact that the city has reduced its debt over $10 million in 5 years. Now, Maggie, I think you said our debt is 18.7 million today, down from 30 million when I got back in office. So I think I want to start this afternoon by talking about our talented engineering and building departments. Please turn your attention to the screens.
The engineering department is led by city engineer Don Ram. Building official Mike Giroux heads up the building department. The collaborative efforts among their teams and other departments is incredible. The end results are beautiful neighborhoods and vibrant business districts. Anyone who drives through Independence immediately recognizes that they have entered a community that has smooth roads, well-maintained sidewalks, and family-friendly neighborhoods. Just look at the renovations and improvements the city has made to Kleber Court and Longano Drive over the past 2 years. These are charming, well-established neighborhoods with many longtime residents. The city invested more than $3.8 million into these two projects. That includes new sewers and water mains, concrete pavement with curbs, sidewalks, street lights, and improved cul-de-sacs. During both projects, the engineering and building departments kept residents informed and made sure they could access their driveways and receive their mail daily. Other major projects around the city that are completed or in the works, the widening of the I-77 on-ramp and the Brecksville Road Bridge Deck Replacement Project in cooperation with ODOT has been completed. If you travel on either one, you probably notice that traffic is moving much better now. Cuyahoga County continues to work on the East Pleasant Valley Bridge Replacement Project. Once completed, all 3 bridges will be wider and will have bike lanes on both sides. In Valley View, the bike lanes will connect to Canal Road and to the towpath trail. Nearby, progress is being made on the Canal Road paving project in the village of Valley View. This year, the city was awarded $185,000 to develop a safety action plan and pilot traffic calming measures. Over the summer, 2 temporary speed tables were installed on Hillside Road to address traffic volume and speeding concerns. The city was awarded a $1 million grant to create an emergency access ramp that would allow first responders to access I-77 northbound from the west end of Seelig Drive. This project is currently in the preliminary planning stages. The expansion of Maple Shade Cemetery has been substantially completed, including landscaping. And soon, the city hopes to begin work on the widening of Brecksville Road north of Rockside Road. As the saying goes, the road to success is always under construction. Thanks to everyone involved in these projects and future projects. Your hard work and dedication makes Independence a premier community.
How about a round of applause for the engineering and building departments, Mike Giroux, Don Ram. They're on the job every day, making a difference in your lives. Next, I want to welcome Economic Director Jessica Heiser. Jessica grew up in Independence, and she and her husband are raising their beautiful 2 children. Under her leadership, the Economic Development Department has broadened its vision and services, not only to the business community, but to the residents and schools. Jessica?
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to share some of the great stories coming from our business community with you this afternoon. CBiz, one of the city's largest employers, will soon become the 7th largest accounting and advisory provider in the country with its acquisition of Marcum, one of the nation's largest accounting firms in the country. Combined, their annual revenue will be $2.8 billion. That's billion with a B. Weltman Weinberg and Reese, a national leader in the niche field of creditors' rights, relocated their headquarters to Independence this summer, now occupying 50,000 square feet. That's equal to 2.5 times City Hall or the entire first floor of the Civic Center. If we could give an award to recognize some of the city's amazing business partners, W.A. Smith Financial Group and Wild Republic would be on that list. In August, W.A. Smith held a charity event to raise $100,000 for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Instead, the firm raised more than 3 times that amount, $360,000 and counting. Next, Wild Republic, with its recognizable orange tags on its plush animals, provides educational stuffies to zoos and aquariums nationwide. I think a young child in the back might have one of those stuffies here today. What you often don't hear about is the good they do in our community. They have donated plush animals to our police and fire departments for various city children's events. On Earth Day, they visited the Independence Primary School to teach students about recycling, which is something they embrace in their manufacturing process. Every child left the school with a stuffy made with recycled materials. In the spring, Wild Republic hosted a group of teachers at their operations to learn more about future careers and opportunities in the toy industry for their students. Again, a truly amazing business partner. A trend we're seeing here in Independence and across the country are more businesses mandating employees return to their offices. Having people work together provides better talent development and builds stronger business connections and cultures, which benefit both employees and employers. Next, the city has some new dining spots that are getting lots of attention and customers. The Peach Cobbler Factory, Tita Flores Filipino Kitchen, which is celebrating its full year anniversary. And soon, the Grand Fiesta will open on Rockside Road. In 2025, the former Melt Space will become Condado Tacos. In response to requests from the business community, the city tested last year a food truck program. This year, April through October on Fridays, the city has organized food trucks to be located at 4500 Rockside Road as a means of developing corporate culture and luring employees back to the office. This effort has been well received by both our vendors and our corporate partners. This year's Home Days Touch-a-Truck event was larger than last year's and allowed children the opportunity to get inside and look at a vast array of construction and heavy equipment like tow trucks. Thank you to the corporate partners and sponsors who donated their time and resources to make the afternoon a hit. We're blessed to be in a community where the city and schools work closely together. During the 23-24 school year, the district dedicated 1.5 days to better understanding today's workforce and employers' needs to help young people as they prepare to enter the workforce. After graduation, in November, 4 employers came to speak to the district's teaching staff about the culture of work. In March, building on the momentum of last year's Road to Readiness, all of the district's teachers spent a day visiting some of our Independence-based employers. to learn about the workforce and career opportunities, a truly amazing opportunity for our teachers and administrators. Independence Local Schools also held its first cultural fair at the Civic Center. Second and sixth graders worked together to design presentations about the cultures and customs and traditions of 75 different countries. Local restaurants were on site or donated cultural cuisine for students and their families to share. It was so popular that it'll be back in March of 2025. Work is already underway. Independence is a business-friendly community, which means we welcome new companies and organizations looking to seize opportunities, establish their operations, and grow here. I can't wait to report back next year about the exciting changes in our business community.
Thank you, Jess. Thank you, Jess. The Road to Readiness and Cultural Fair are just two examples of the solid working relationship between the city and the Independence local schools. Over the summer, the city repaved the Fieldhouse parking lot under a joint agreement with the schools. I want to invite the new Independence School Superintendent, Kelly Cogan, to come up, introduce her team, and say a few words.
Thank you, Mayor. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm excited to be here. While the mayor is enjoying his longest tenure as mayor, I am 43 days in. So maybe I'll have my longest tenure at some point.
It's okay.
Wanted to just introduce our team here. I'll start with the school employees. We have TJ Ebert, he is our principal of our primary school. We have Tom Dreiling, assistant superintendent, and Sandy McCullough, who is the director of student services. And then joining us today is members of our Board of Education, President Tony Avila, Vice President Carrie Sears, Katie Hill, and Ron Bernstein. So again, I'm looking forward, yes. I'm looking forward to getting to know everyone. Excited about the welcome I've had so far. And Independence is a very welcoming city. And I've enjoyed the legacy of getting to know kind of what happens in this community and how vibrant it is. And we're excited to partner with the city. So thank you.
Thank you, Kelly. As your mayor and city safety director, I'm very proud of the Independence and how it becomes an innovative community that prioritizes people, property, and our police officers' well-being to get the job done. The dedication of Police Chief Robert Butler and the Independence Police Department is exceptional. Please welcome Chief Butler.
Thank you so much, Mayor. Just want to get ready here to show you guys an amazing video. I just returned from Washington, D.C. with a few of my fellow officers where we had received a national award for officer wellness. We are the first department in the state of Ohio to ever win this award. We received a lot of national recognition and state recognition from Governor DeWine and many others. Please enjoy this video that they made for us.
The city of Independence, Ohio is located just outside of Cleveland. The Independence Police Department has 38 sworn officers and a total staff of 48. The agency serves about 7,600 residents, and the population more than doubles during the day due to business commuters. In 2021, when Robert Butler became chief of the department, he had a vision for his new agency.
I have been in law enforcement for over 16 years. When I started, nobody wanted to talk about officer wellness, officer safety. It was very taboo. And I've always wanted to, when I became chief, introduce officer wellness, make sure we do the best that we can for the officers that serve every single day. I wanted to be the change.
To do that, Chief Butler worked with his staff to create a comprehensive wellness program geared toward assisting officers and their families at work and home.
The elements of our wellness program are physical wellness, emotional wellness, financial wellness, as well as comprehensive safety and traffic safety.
The traffic safety for our overall officer wellness program, they go hand in hand. They are both connected. By focusing on our officer wellness, it benefits our traffic safety because it makes sure our officers are in the best possible position to do their jobs.
To protect its officers and the community, the Independence PD has taken a proactive approach to fostering safe driving practices, beginning with instituting a mandatory seatbelt policy and investing in top-of-the-line technologies for all of its cruisers, including overhead lighting and LED backlighting.
The LED backlighting is a big hit. From a traffic safety standpoint, it's really visible from a distance. It really encourages motorists to move over and increases officer safety while on that roadway.
The agency also purchased reflective vests and specially designed high-visibility coats.
Our coats are very unique. We have a 5-in-1 jacket where if you didn't put your traffic safety vest on because it's daytime, you can actually turn your coat inside out and it turns into a reflective vest.
To decrease officers' time on crash scenes, the agency invested in a variety of technologies to keep its officers safer, beginning with drones.
If we have a major accident or an accident scene with a large debris field, we're able to put up a drone, get real-time visual of the scene, and more accurately deploy resources. They've also been used on several large incident scenes where we're able to use the thermal imaging capabilities of the drone to search for injured persons and render aid in a quicker fashion than we would be if we were searching traditionally.
The IPD also purchased portable generators to keep traffic flowing at crash scenes or during a power outage. Nearly every major intersection in the city is compatible with the portable generators. Officers can simply plug them in and run the traffic signals until power is restored.
By being able to hook these generators up outside of the roadway, we're able to keep the lights functioning and keep the public moving, which reduces accidents, and maybe the biggest factor is that officers are not placed in the roadway.
To keep officers and the community safe, the agency developed a speed activation policy. Anytime a patrol vehicle exceeds 100 miles per hour, the in-car dash cam is triggered.
That camera then records that incident, and supervisors are able to then review that dash cam to ensure policy compliance and look for training aids.
All officers undergo intensive and continuous classroom and in-car training. The department partners with a professional driving company for emergency vehicle training and has Precision Immobilization Technique, or PIT, certified officers on staff. IPD officers are also equipped with stop-stick devices to disable fleeing vehicles safely and reducing the chances of a dangerous pursuit.
Every second that these high-speed pursuits continue, the probability for something harmful to occur exponentially increases. And thus being able to terminate that pursuit quickly and effectively as possible, it's not only safer for the offender, for the motoring public, but for the officer as well.
Since implementing their traffic safety program in conjunction with their overall comprehensive wellness program, the Independence Police Department has seen great success. They had 0 officer-related incidents in 2023, and so far in 2024 as well.
Morale is at an all-time high, officers' productivity is through the roof, and it really just seems that the general culture has really gone nothing but up. And I attribute that to our wellness program.
To win a Destination of Zero award is really a highlight of my career and highlights our department and our focus on officer wellness. This is the first step to a long pathway to make sure we continue to focus on officer wellness. I'm going to make sure that our department gets the best so that our officers can be the best.
Well, let's hear it for the Independence Police Department. With that in mind, now that we came back, we could not do this without the support of our safety director, Mayor Kurtz, and our city council. Lieutenant Buhner and I would like to present Mayor Kurtz with the award that we won in Washington, D.C. It's just such a huge honor. We always want to make sure our officers are in the best position to do their jobs. And you can see in that video, we spare no expense. But it is that partnership with the mayor and with our city council working together with our police department that not only keeps our streets safe, but our officers in the best possible condition to do their jobs as well. A few other things I want to hit on this year. 3 years ago, when I started in this department, I promised all of you that all of our patrol officers would be certified in crisis intervention team training. That is training that is designed to communicate with somebody in a mental health crisis And I can proudly say to you today that every one of our patrol officers has completed this exceptional training and is now ready to deal with anyone in crisis. We are one of the only departments in Cuyahoga County that have accomplished this feat. It has taken a lot of dedication, and we couldn't have do so with such proactive and positive police officers that we have in this department. Another big focus for this year has been outreach. I want to state before I show this that I know that the mayor always feels safe when he sees his police officers here in the room, but I feel a little extra safe, and I think the mayor should as well, because this year we focused on self-defense for our females, self-defense for our seniors, and I know some of you in this room attended some of those training classes. So Mayor, we're a little extra safe with some of our residents here that attended our self-defense classes. Next year, we look to expand this. We did a female self-defense course, and we did a senior self-defense class. Next year, we look to do this 3 times. It's free for any residents. We want to make sure our residents are in the best position to protect themselves and their families. We also started Coffee with a Cop. We did this at Sweet Peas. I encourage all of you to attend any of our meetings in person. I'm kind of an old school type of mentality. I prefer to communicate face to face. If you have a problem, I want to hear it. I want you to come talk to me. Give me a call. I set up anything that I can so that we can break down those barriers. We have our PACE meetings once a month where we have officers communicate with you about any problems you have. We do Coffee with a Cop. Just sit down with all of our officers, meet them, get to know them, tell them what you want to see. I'm not a huge fan of Facebook, social media. You know, the old saying is see something, say something, not see something, post something. So we want to make sure that we can communicate and deal with any problem ahead of it and help you and your families and be proactive. We also go to the schools. I am very proud to announce a major partnership with the schools. For the longest time, the city has fully funded 2 full-time SROs in our schools. This year, we have begun now having 3 officers, 1 in every school. So we have not just security, we have somebody that's part of your children's lives. We have people that are out there on the playground. They're playing football and catch that know your children on a personal level. They know that they can run to the police, not away from the police, because they get to know them in the schools. This 3rd officer is funded by our schools. It is a side job, which means all of the police officers in the department, not just the 2 SROs, get a chance to work with, meet, interact, and connect with our children. Because truly, keeping our children safe is of the highest priority to our department. I want to thank you all. It's been a great year, and I look forward to an amazing 2025.
Thank you, Chief, and thanks to the entire department. Congratulations. We're all very proud of the accomplishments, and it's evident when you talk to the residents. One of the capital improvement, which is a perfect segue into my next comment, one of the capital improvement projects being discussed at City Hall is the need to build a new police station. The department has outgrown the current facilities, which was more than 43 years old. The city is conducting comprehensive studies to determine where the location would be for this new facility, and determine what space needs we need to make sure are part of this modern facility. A new police station would require more than 34,000 square feet. Remember, 43 years ago, we had half the staff we do today. We have 38 officers today, and a building is bulging at the seams. It would include a secure staff parking. That's very important today. We can't leave our police cars out in the open anymore. Also, public parking, open public parking. The current facility lacks a dedicated lobby, community room, and has run out of space for any future expansion. Also, as I mentioned earlier, the city is exploring the construction of an entrance ramp onto 77 North, just west of Seelig Drive. It will help first responders, both police and fire, respond to calls on Rockside Road, I-480, and I-77 North without having to travel down Brecksville Road. In order to keep our community and public safety forces safe, the city must provide the tools, technology, and equipment needed for efficient and life-saving operations. Now, please join me in welcoming Fire Chief Steve Riga.
Thanks, Mayor, and good afternoon, everyone. The fire department has undergone significant change this year, whether it was staffing, equipment, or how we operate in a post-pandemic era. At this time, I'd like to recap some of these developments, if you turn your attention to the screen. First, in June, we said goodbye to a pillar of our department. After an impressive 31 years of service, Assistant Fire Chief Jim Wheeler retired. Jim played a crucial role not only in leading our training program, but also overseeing the department's technology needs. He's left behind an incredible legacy. I'm pleased to announce that Lieutenant Don Reese, who also brings over 31 years of experience, has stepped up to fill Jim's shoes. Don has served for over a decade as our city's fire prevention official, and in just a very short time, he's already making his mark as our new Assistant Fire Chief. Now let's talk about call volume, something every fire department monitors closely. Since the pandemic, we've seen a steady rise in the number of calls. From 2022 to 2023, comparing the first 9-month period, call volume increased by 5%. And this year, over the same time frame, we've experienced a 13% increase. By year end, that could translate to over 200 additional calls compared to 2023. Even with these increases, our team continues to deliver exceptional service to the community, a testament to their hard work and dedication. Our personnel, whether they are conducting fire or EMS training, performing daily inspections, or engaging with the public, exemplify professionalism and an unwavering commitment to doing the job right. For those of you unfamiliar with our daily operations, the department functions with 3 operational shifts, A, B, and C shift. Each shift works 24 hours on duty, followed by 48 hours off. Let me introduce our shift leaders. Lieutenant Jonathan Figliola and Lieutenant Jason Fall head up our A shift. Jonathan is also one of our department's aerial drone operators, and Jason serves as one of our lead EMS instructors. B shift is led by Lieutenant Mike Fielding and Lieutenant Austin Dapsis. Austin is set to become our new fire prevention official, taking over for Assistant Fire Chief Don Reese. He's also an experienced fire investigator and serves on our regional fire investigation team. Finally, Lieutenant Russ Fedek and Lieutenant Joe Lechner lead our C shift. Both have taken on the department's information and technology role following Jim Wheeler's retirement. This year, we also welcome new vehicles to our fleet. In particular, our new Braun ambulance, which was delayed by over 3 years due to COVID-19 supply chain issues, is finally in service. Unfortunately, these delays persist. The next new ambulance, ordered in December of last year, won't arrive until June of 2025. These long wait times are creating funding challenges affecting our capital improvement plan. We are having to order equipment years in advance, and when we do, we must allocate funds at the time of purchase, which can strain our capital resources. We are working closely with the Independence Finance Department to navigate these challenges. Together, we are ensuring that we continue to meet the department's equipment needs despite these delays. In addition to the ambulance, we recently took delivery of 2 new Ford Interceptors, which we will use as response vehicles. You might notice something different. The new ambulance and SUVs are both red. We wanted to give them a fresh look, one that aligned more closely to our traditional red fire apparatus. This year, we also upgraded our patient care equipment. We replaced 20-year-old cots with state-of-the-art Stryker units. These new cots feature better ergonomics, increased lifting capacity, and lithium battery technology, making them safer for both the patient and our personnel. Well, as you can see, the Independence Fire Department continues to adapt and grow for the ever-changing needs of the community. We will continue to seize every opportunity to make our department even better, and we appreciate your support along the way. Thank you.
First table I came into and I saw a bunch of firefighters and they were just going to eat my shoulder or my arm, or I told them, which is better, the food here or the food they make in the fire department. So I didn't give you the answer. I can't give you the answer. Thank you, Chief Riga and the entire department, for your steadfast service. Next, let's turn to the proposed new housing development on the property the city owns behind Concordia Lutheran Church. The land has always been zoned residential, was never going to remain undeveloped. Concordia had several private developers interested in building homes on the property. However, church leadership decided to sell it to the city because the city's vision for the property aligned with their vision, a neighborhood of single-family homes with reduced yard maintenance. Now, if you love your home and never thought about moving, well, God bless. We're all happy about that. You're among the lucky ones. But people are living longer, and they realize they may not be able to physically take care of their current properties as they did in the past. This new development would allow residents to continue to live in the community they love, near family, friends, and independence, and be within walking distance of the Civic Center, Elmwood Park, Hemlock Trail, the town square, churches, and the Cuyahoga Valley National Park. For decades, residents have asked for smaller single-family homes on smaller lots. Over the past 2 years, the city has held numerous city hall, town hall, and council meetings. I understand that change is hard to accept, but think of it this way. Rockside Road would never have been constructed if not for a vision of change and make a difference in Independence by attracting investment for businesses and other organizations. Independence would not be the premier community it is today without the hard work, imagination, patience, and good decision-making by our forefathers and leaders during the past 210 years. They had to consider decisions that would serve the greater good of the community then, now, and for future generations to come. Well, now let's talk about finances. To be effective, the city needs people with a depth of experience and time-tested ability to know how to untangle operational knots and get things done. That's Independence Finance Director Vern Blaze and his team. Please welcome Vernon Blaze.
Thank you, Mayor. Got to thank my finance team first. Not my finance team, our finance team, Maggie, Dennis, Smiley, and Anissa. And I got to thank all of you for allowing somebody with the title Finance Director to speak about something that's very important, should be and is very important to him, and probably is very important to everybody in this room. Money! You know, there's that saying, money can't buy love, but can buy a lot of happiness. And you heard the mayor and you heard directors speak before me. You're going to hear the mayor and directors speak after me about all the things that we were able to do for all the stakeholders in this community, the residents, the business community, the visitors. And we couldn't do any of that if, one, we didn't have the financial resources to start with, and then two, we didn't prudently manage those financial resources. So every year, every city in the state of Ohio, as well as all 88 counties, have to submit their financial statements to the Auditor of State. The Auditor's Office puts them through a whole financial analysis, and then they came up with 17 financial health indicators to kind of grade your city or your county. And Superintendent Kogan, it's not A, B, C, D, or F. It's just a kind of a traffic stoplight grading system. You get a green if you're doing really good, probably comparable to an A or B on a report card. You get a yellow mark if you're kind of in the middle. You're not knocking it out of the park, but you're not quite failing yet. Or you get a red, and that's the Auditor of State's way of saying, hey, public entity, you better get your arms wrapped around this indicator because it's flashing red, and you need to get on top of that. So let's see how City of Independence did for its 2023 financial statements. And we see the first one, we started off with a green. So let's see, that's a good start. Second one, all right, red, green for that indicator. Third one, wow, 3 in a row, we're on a roll. Fourth one, all right, I like this trend. We'll keep going. Fifth one, sixth one, seventh one, eighth one, ninth one, 10th one, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th. Can we get a 17th? Yes. All right. that kind of results, 17 out of 17 green financial health indicators. It doesn't happen by accident. It's always a team effort, and it starts right here with Mayor Kurtz. He likes to say the buck starts and stops in the mayor's office, and it does. But then the mayor needs council to work with. He can't spend a penny unless council appropriates it. Council members spend hours and hours and hours all year long at meetings poring over financial statements, operating budgets, capital budgets, infrastructure budgets, appropriation ordinances. It's a lot of financial orientation. And so they're a key part of this financial success. And then the directors who have to implement day after day after day and stay within budget. And I'll close with this. I consider us an outer ring suburb, and when I look at different outer ring suburbs in Cuyahoga County that have similar characteristics to Independence, probably a freeway exit ramp in their community, a business district built around that exit, vibrant residential community. Every one I studied in Cuyahoga County, and one that I really admired down in Columbus, the city of Dublin, not one community that I looked at got 17 of 17 green indicators for 2023. So let's keep that positive momentum going, and let's just enjoy this beautiful God-given Friday afternoon. Thank you.
Well, that's a lot to absorb, but they work really hard, and I think like the finance director said, this is a cooperative relationship. City council, if we don't have a city council that'll work with the administration, if we don't have good department heads that can interact at these committee meetings with city council, you could never achieve the success. You could never have 17 out of 17, and you wouldn't have the efficiency we have being able to buy as the chiefs and everybody has indicated, and you'll see in a few minutes how successful we are is utilizing these resources for our application in the services we provide. Let's shift our focus to the service department and the outstanding services they provide our residents on a daily basis. Please turn your attention to the screens.
The second capital improvement project the city is exploring is the building of a new service department facility. The city has invested millions of dollars in service equipment used to pick up trash and recycling, handle snow removal, street repairs, storm sewer cleaning, and all the other outstanding services the city provides residents. Unfortunately, we have outgrown the service building that was originally built in 1976. Here you can see the condition of the roof that has been patched and repaired dozens and dozens of times over the past 48 years. To extend the life of equipment and protect our investments, the city must have adequate garage, storage, and maintenance areas, which we are currently lacking. Next, I want to applaud the service department for never missing a beat when weather becomes an issue. Remember the storm and tornadoes that hit Northeast Ohio on August 6th? Right after home days? Many residents lost power, had trees uprooted or knocked down. The city was not spared. Take a look at some of these photos. The service department worked overtime to start cleaning up that evening. The next morning, the crews kept their regular schedules, picking up trash and recycling, while also providing chipper services and other cleanup support to residents. The way the city maintains its manicured parks, beautiful seasonal flower displays, and infrastructure sets the tone for residents and businesses. But there's always room for improvement, like these First Energy boxes on Rockside Road. They desperately need to be refurbished, and we're working on it. Please join me in thanking Service Director Ron McKinley and his entire staff for all you do to maintain the residents' high quality of life.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone in the service department. They're in the back corner, some of them that are on the road today, but you guys did a great job. Great job. Okay, we're almost done. We're rounding third, coming home. In today's world, technology and communication are critical. People rely on their phones, websites, social media to stay informed in real time. Here's how the city is keeping pace with that challenge. The IT department is enhancing community life with 2 software programs, Tyler 311 and Tyler Enterprise Asset Management. These programs will help residents report issues and streamline how the city processes work orders. Tyler 311 allows residents to quickly submit requests online or via the app. They will also be able to track the progress of their requests and receive email updates. Behind the scenes, Tyler ensures that the city teams respond quickly to requests. And in the field, city crews use tablets to take photos and document their work. Thank you to the city's IT team, Jim Gibbs, Don Olson, and Matt Kirkle. This small but mighty team manages a broad range of technical, cybersecurity, and other high-level programs and projects. How about a round of applause for the IT team? Now let's talk about communications department. What we're looking at now is a preview of the city's new website. It has been redesigned and refreshed to provide a better user experience regardless of your laptop or tablet or smartphone. It also is ADA compliant, which allows users to adjust the font size, brightness, and colors. It includes a new English translation tool and 3 calendars on the homepage. Thank you, IT and communications team, for all you do every day to provide the best information to our residents and our business community. Thank you very much. Well, next, many of you spend a lot of time here at the Civic Center. I want to bring your attention to some of the achievements and success stories for the Parks and Recreation Department and Community Services.
I am proud to announce that the city has its first staff arborist, Ryan Wincata, who was born and raised in Independence. Ryan is a Parks and Recreation manager and holds many professional accreditations. Did you know that for the past 23 years, Independence has been recognized as a tree city for its commitment to caring for trees and forests? And last year, the city also earned a Growth Award. In 2023, the city established the Elmwood Park Tree Fund as a creative way for residents and organizations to donate trees to Elmwood Park. Parks and Recreation crews install the trees that include plaques to honor loved ones and special occasions. Recently, the city was awarded a $60,000 Healthy Urban Tree Canopy grant, which will be used to expand the city's tree inventory. Speaking of awards, the city's ICANN program earned first place in the adaptive programming category during the Ohio Parks and Recreation Association's annual Awards of Excellence ceremony. Independence resident Val Triano founded the program in 2008 to help individuals with disabilities. ICANN has grown every year since and now includes more than 20 different monthly programs that have a positive impact on hundreds of individuals. Thank you, Jim Waterwick, who heads this program, and Ryan Wincata, who drafted the awards application. Pickleball continues to grow in popularity in Independence. There are now programs for all ages and abilities, and games are played year-round. Please know that the Parks and Recreation Department continues to explore ways to make the courts more accessible to residents. Stay tuned. In July, the city celebrated National Parks and Recreation Month. It was spearheaded by Parks and Recreation Manager Linda Ferraci. Individuals and families participated in a variety of healthy activities and events that included sports, fitness, music, and promoted improved physical and mental health. Next, I want to thank the Independence Kiwanis and the Autism Society for their financial support and donations for the city's new inclusive playground that meets the American with Disabilities Act standards. Freedom Playground has a plaza-style entrance surrounded by easily accessible sidewalks, sensory-related games, and a special ADA accessible swing. The new playground is designed for future expansion. The city also installed a 1-mile fitness loop in Elmwood Park. Many residents have requested a dedicated, measured path where they could safely walk or jog. Next time you visit Safety Town, notice that this play area has been refurbished to make it safer and more fun. Thank you, Parks and Recreation Director Tom Walchanowitz and your entire team for constantly raising the bar and expanding programs and adding amenities. Next, let's talk about the Community Services Department, led by Director Emily Thomas and Assistant Director Amber Vaverka. The safety and security of our residents and their guests are of the utmost importance. This year's Community Services worked alongside Chief Robert Butler, Parks and Recreation Director Walchanowitz, and the entire IT department to install security cameras in all public areas of the Community Services side of the Civic Center and Fieldhouse. Next, today's lunch was served on the Civic Center's new sustainable and reusable dinnerware. This was the final step in the Civic Center's 2-year kitchen renovation project. It will enhance the experience for individuals and caterers who utilize the kitchen for various room reservations. Community Services also continues to add and expand relevant and timely programs. The Community Services team hosted its first Swiftie Night on the heels of Taylor Swift's Eras tour and the release of her latest 2 albums. More than 60 students from grades 3 participated in the special Fun-tastic Friday program. Swifties dressed in clothing from their favorite era and took part in special era-inspired activities while listening to the artist's greatest hits. Of course, backed by popular demand, were the tried and true favorites, including the summer concerts and 2 farmers markets this summer on Friday nights and Sunday mornings. Because many members of the community have expressed a desire for more concerts and activities in the center of town, Community Services was happy to introduce Sunday's Ice Cream Socials as an extension of the Friday night summer concert series. The Men of Independence and the Greater Cleveland Chorus provided the music, and there were sweet treats from the event novelty truck and brain freeze. We are excited to announce that the Sunday Ice Cream Socials will be back in 2025. Remember last year's solar eclipse? People from all over the world made their way to Elmwood Park to witness this once-in-a-lifetime event. Community Services stepped up and enhanced everyone's experience by adding music, games, solar eclipse-themed treats, and more for an experience that none of us will soon forget.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. And how about a round of applause for both of these departments? Thank you for everyone who works in the Parks and Recreation and the Community Services Department. Their leadership and the team efforts provide everything you see every time you walk into the Civic Center or walk into our beautiful parks. Now, it's almost been 5 years ago that the global pandemic hit. No one could have anticipated the gravity of how each of us had to change the way that we lived, worked, went to school, shopped, practiced our faith, and planned for the future. What I know for certain is that Independence never lost its momentum. It remains strong, financially sound, and on track to keep pace with the evolving ways people are choosing to live their lives. At this point, I just want to say thank you. It's been a privilege to be able to serve so many years and represent you, the residents of Independence, our business community, and what you do to make this the greatest place on earth from my perspective. We are blessed as a community And I've had the privilege of serving, some might say too many years, but I say, as long as God lets me, I'm going to do what I love to do, and that's serve the people of Independence. It's been an honor and a privilege. God bless all of you, and God continue to bless the city of Independence. Thank you.